Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar, and we're going to talk about Killtopia because there is some Killtopia news out there to talk about. Now, if you don't know, Killtopia is a brash cyber nanopunk thing that's a comic book series. Like I guess graphic novel series is probably the better term, with a fun art style that uses lots of really radical colors. You can kind of see that in this piece here. You've got these purples and pinks, things you don't normally see a lot of in comic books. They're all over Killtopia, those colors. It's generally a treat for the eyes, it's a lot of fun to read, and I like the book. I've backed the first issue, I backed the second issue, I backed the third one, but I don't think I've gotten it in the mail yet. Maybe it's being shipped. I know that Dave Cook has retweeted some people's reviews of issue 3, so I don't know if those were just review copies or what, but it's starting to get out there. That's kind of my point on that. Is it's starting to get out there. But that's not the news. The news isn't just, oh, he's shipping books. That's kind of a boring news update. And if you cared, you'd probably back the campaign. And thus, you know about that stuff already. No, no. The more interesting thing is, and usually this happens when somebody goes in and they're like, oh man, my favorite comic book, they got optioned. That's so great. Getting optioned doesn't mean that much. Properties get optioned all the time. Clap warning. I just clapped. Um, and all getting optioned really means is somebody's thinking, hey, maybe we might want to do something with this property at some point in the future. Here's a check for $1,000. Don't sell it to anybody else. That's usually what getting optioned means. Like the amount can change depending on the property, but it's some small deposit just to keep you from selling it to someone else. And most things that get optioned don't get anything done with them. They don't become a TV show. They don't become a novel series or a video game or a soundtrack or anything like that. They just go into this big ethereal bucket and people forget about them. Another thing that can happen, very related to that is like when movies enter, you might hear this term sometimes, development hell, where the movie just doesn't get made for like 30 years. Even though there's spec scripts, actors that want to do it, directors that want to do it, it just doesn't happen. Well, the good news for Killtopia, that wasn't a clap, that was a finger snap. They're getting a TV show. Now, yesterday I didn't talk about this, even though I saw this yesterday. Yeah, this is an option. They're straight up getting a show. I didn't talk about it yesterday because, good lord, man, look at this. This is like hurting my eyes to look at. So I'm like, I gotta wait for somebody out there to write up a story. Boom! Here we go on majorspoilers.com. Thank you so much for putting this out, even though this appears to just be a press release. Today, transmedia startup Voltaku, never heard of them, announces Killtopia, have heard of that, a new cyberpunk saga that pits two siblings against yakuza, plagues, and mechs in a futuristic mega city. That's not doing it justice, but that's accurate enough. Aimed at nerds, it's also a launching pad for Voltaku's Hybrid Studio. Hybrid Studio. And this was the part I thought was really interesting, and is actually why I'm talking about this. They're filming it all in Unreal. Think about that. They're not doing this in like some specialty package for rendering movies or video or anything like that. They're doing it in Unreal. Game engines are giving studios a flexibility we have never seen before, said Charles Borland, Voltaku's CEO and co-founder. When we option a project, it doesn't have to stop with a movie or a TV series. We can take our 3D assets, build a game, build VR and alternate reality experiences, marketing materials, digital goods, anything we want, at Lion King or Avatar-like production levels. That's impressive. That's what otaku, in quotes, are looking for. I think this is kind of a stretch here. More ways to engage with the worlds they love. I mean, yeah, nerds love buying some. Man, like the little book I write all my comic book stuff in, it's got Avengers on it. So, yeah, that part is true. Great piece of art, huh? And this goes on to describe like the series. It's going to be 8 20-minute episodes. There's some like serious people who have worked on serious projects. That's what this whole paragraph here is all about, which is pretty cool. Not really familiar with this person's work as a director, but hey, you know, Oscar nominated, they must be pretty good, right? To get the project off the ground, they received an Epic Mega Grant from Epic Games, which will be used to develop their completely Unreal-powered pipeline. That's crazy. Voltaku joins 1,000 teams, as part of the That's just like propaganda for Epic. They probably just had to stick that in there as a condition for getting the money. Doesn't matter. It doesn't actually say anything. It's just an ad. Now here's a quote from Dave Cook. When Killtopia launches, it's going to look like nothing that's been seen on TV before. Our world is garish and vibrant. I know. I love the color scheme. Where hype, fan, and pop culture rule the day, like Kaiju Cola, man. Or that one lady hunter who's like the head of her corporation. Like, there's all sorts of cool stuff like that. I've always wanted to see something so colorful and abstract depicted in a 3D world. This is kind of a hype, but you know, it kind of gets me hype. So I think that's pretty cool. A comic that I like is getting a TV show, and they're going to make it in a way that's different from the way people traditionally make these kind of products. That's like a too cool news article thing or too cool news item thing in one video for you right there. So I am moderately hype. I don't really know the people that are working on this, the names that have been dropped up here, but apparently it's coming, and I'm ready for it. Sadly, I don't think I've seen a date in here for when it's coming out, which is a little bit of a bummer. But in the meantime, look at this cool piece of art. This kind of encapsulates like a lot of the attitude of Killtopia right here, man. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Sure, hope to see you again next time. Till then, bye-bye.